Well, I was like, you don't have any fucking patience. She started cursing at me. So then I started cursing at her, and then we got in a fight. And then Kate had to be like, you need to chill. And I was like, but she started cursing in front of her kids first. What a good mom you are for cursing in front of your kids. You could teach them patience in this moment. She started off on me, so. And then I will definitely, when fireworks happen, I also like to do this thing where I like squeeze up to the front of the fireworks, and all these people will be sitting there for hours, and they'll be like, hey, excuse me, and then I turn around and I'm like, it's my one and only dream to see the fireworks, and I don't have any money, and this is the only time I can afford to go to Disney, and I just want to see it from the front of the castle. And I almost start tearing, and then people stop bitching at me, and then I go and do the same thing the next day because I live really close to Disney. Yeah. So back, one of my other things, I don't do it anymore. I don't do it at Disney. Rude. What do you mean? Rude, you go to Disney 50 times a year. So what? I want to see from the front. I want a good view, damn it. That's exactly why I should see the front, because the reality is I go to Disney so much that I support their, like, half of their bills. So I should get to see it from the front. I pay those bills, okay? Disney is built off the backs of me, okay? Actually, Disney came out before the pandemic. Disney parks were at an all-time high just for people going and just for attendance and their income for a whole of Disney. They were making them a shit ton of money. And there was a funny article about it. Disney said that they didn't need to promote any of their Disneyland parks because the 20 to 40-year-olds were doing so well of promoting it for them unintentionally on social media platforms that they didn't even have to promote before the pandemic. And I was one of those girls, okay? So like when I go to Disney, I will straight up like Disney World, because I know everywhere here in Disneyland, but I will go on blogs for like 3 months leading up to the trip and be like, where's the best spot to take pictures at this time of the day for Instagram? And where can we get the best food? So I'm definitely a little crazy. So I'm gonna be playing High on Life in like 5 more minutes. But I was gonna tell you guys, so when I was younger, I used to do this really awesome trick. But I don't do it at Disney because I don't want to get kicked out for life. But at Six Flags, I do this. So you bring a glow stick or like one of those like light up glow sticks to Six Flags, and you just have to wear like a flip flop. And then like I would be in line, and this is before I would like have enough money to pay for a fast pass. So I'd take my flip flop off and I would throw it, like I'd chuck it to the front of the line, and like maybe it hit somebody, maybe it wouldn't. And I'd be like, oh my God, my flip flop is all the way up there. I've got to go get my flip flop. And then I'd go and I'd like put my shoe on, and then I'd just stand there and I hold my light up. And then all my friends would be like, oh, my friend's waiting in line for us up there. And it was like the best life hack. I think I remember you. I don't know, Ramu. It's going to be a crazy day. It was like the best. It really does work. It does work. It does work. Because you think about it. When people are normally like, oh, I got to meet somebody up there. You're like, oh, yeah, they're fucking lying. But if you throw your shoe and you're like, oh, my shoe's up here. They're going to look at your feet and then be like, oh, yeah, your shoe is up there. So you have to go up to the front and get your shoe. And you just stand there. Definitely got hit with a shoe at Six Flags, New Jersey. Then that was probably me. If you got hit with a shoe at Six Flags, New Jersey, it was definitely my shoe, because that's the Six Flags I would go to every year and do that shit. I probably did smack somebody in the face. I don't know. I was just like, you know, you don't think that deep into things beforehand. I also one time threw my flip-flop. I tried to throw my flip-flop at my brother when I was at the Disney hotel in Florida, the one that the monorail goes through. So it's a building like this, and the top floors hang out over all the other floors down to the restaurants below. And I tried to like throw a shoe at my brother because he was pissing me off, and it missed him and went over the balcony, and it did go all the way down to the ground and hit some lady in the head. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, I did get in trouble for that. I got in a lot of trouble because I went back in my room, but they caught it on the security camera, and they came up to our room and was like, one of your kids is throwing shit over the balcony. The Contemporary Resort, that's where it was. I got in a lot of trouble for that. And I'll tell you one other thing I also did, and I'm not sure if they have that too, but back in the day at Disney World, one of the hotels you could rent mini boats, like they were like mini, kind of like mini speedboat type things, and you just had to be a certain age to drive them. So my older brother was driving me in one, and we were like going past, because you're not supposed to go past all these certain parts, but it was like back in the day. I'm 31 now, so I was 12 at the time, and it was like back in the day, so like they weren't as strict with the shit you would do in the marshes and stuff, so you could like drive the boats in this area, but they would tell you not to leave that area. But me and my brother were like, fuck it, and we were leaving the area, and we were like doing jumps off of the people that are getting towed back and forth to Disney in the parking lots. And we sunk the fucking boat, and they had to come rescue us as the boat was sinking into the middle of the Disney swamp, like lake, whatever area that is. Cause it's like, so I've like fucked, and I don't know, I was so young, I don't remember what happened or if our parents had to like, if the parents had to deal with anything then, but it was pretty fucking wild. I remember getting in trouble for it, but I don't know what they had to do. Like if it was like, if Disney was like, oh, I guess it was just an accident or something, or if they were like, you guys like fuck this shit up, now you have to pay for it. I know what resort you're talking about. Yeah, do they still have those belts? Those boats? Gank, what's up? Thank you for the 16 months. How are you? Runix, thank you for the 5 months and a hello. I saw you. I was just in the middle of a story. I'm sorry. Hey, Savage. What's up, Savage Steady? No, he tried to kill me because he was jumping off the boats. Damn, I bet Disney had to make a bunch of new rules because of you guys. Because of you. I'm pretty sure they probably did. They probably did. There was probably a fuck ton of gators in there. Back in the 90s, they would totally let you ride in front of the monorail with the conductor. All you had to do was ask. Yeah, I don't think they let you do that now, Prodigal Man-Child. Okay, that's South Park. What is South Park? They removed the boats because of you. Now they have floaties. They don't have them anymore. They were really cool. They were like mini speedboats. It was pretty wild that they would just like let you. If you're, I think you had to be 14 to drive them because you need to be 14 to have your boating's license in Florida. And my brother was 14. I was 12. So there's no, yeah, post 9/11, I'm pretty sure that will never happen again. Has anyone ever came up to you at the airport and said, you look familiar? I think you hit me with a flip-flop at Six Flags. No. I went to Disney around Halloween time when I was 10, and it was so fun. Yeah, Halloween is great, Disney. I mean, I just love Disney so much. It's my favorite. So I have to figure out which controller works. My assistant put all my controllers in this bin. He likes to do this thing where I move stuff, like we have like an, he doesn't know that we have this war going on, right? He has no idea that we have this war going on, but he likes to do this thing where I come in and I arrange things on my shelves the way I want them, the way they like always are, right? And then he comes in and I'm like, oh, I need you to organize this, this, and this. But then he doesn't do the organizing I need so much. And he organizes everything I don't want him to organize. And he moves everything around. So like I keep moving these guns off of here and putting them close to me because they're my Make It Rain guns. And then he put this big old PlayStation right there that just looks like a black box instead of having something cool, right? And he put my Halloween skull up on my shelf. There's a Halloween skull up there. And I'm like, I can't keep moving this shit because you keep moving it. And I already had gotten in an argument with him one time because I was like, you move my controllers, and you guys know